Hi, fifth grade. Here we are, lesson 2 of Unit 2 on page 41 of our SAB. So here we see a place value chart, and you've seen this chart before in 4th grade, but now we've added the thousandths place on the right side of the decimal point. So you can see that we have the ones place here, and then the decimal goes right after the 1. So the decimal is basically in this line here. That's where your decimal point is. So when you think about that, you can see that it's actually not quite symmetrical because we have a ones place, but we don't have a oneths place. And we discussed that in the last lesson. So this chart is showing us that if we want to move to the left on this chart, so ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, we know that that's 10 times larger. And we've talked about that a lot. You learned that when you learned regrouping in 2nd grade subtraction. So each time you move one place value up or to the left, you are multiplying by 10. Now, if we're going the other way, if we're going to the right, we're actually dividing by 10. And that goes back to that really nice picture they gave us in the last lesson where we had one whole divided into tenths, that's your columns, and then divided into hundredths, that's all your pennies, and then divided into thousandths, that's your tiny slices of a penny. So once again, dividing by 10 every time you move to the right. And here they're showing you what you can do with your decimal cards, your secret code cards. Basically, you can stack them up and show different numbers here on your number frame. It can be very helpful to practice. You could put some down and then you could practice reading the number. Notice our little tenth of a penny. That's cute. So we have $1,000, 100, $10, $1, and we always say and when we get to the decimal point. That's important. We haven't been allowed to say and except when we're doing mixed numbers or decimal numbers. So that's the only place you should say and when we're talking about a number. And tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Okay, the next couple pages are place value cards. You do not have to cut these out right now. You can leave them safe in your book. That's totally fine. But they are here for you to use as you are practicing your numbers. We're actually going to look at the page right before the cards, which is page 42. And this is where we're going to do some of our writing numbers in word form and expanded form. In our place value system, numbers can be expressed different ways. For example, 4 different ways to represent the number 35 and 26 thousandths are shown below. So you can see that here's the standard form, the one that I just read. Notice I said and when I got to the decimal point, and then I said 26, and then I said the place value that it gets to, thousandths. Here's the word form, what I said, 35 and 26 thousandths. Now expanded form, notice this, because we haven't done a whole lot of this. We have our regular expanded form for the numbers in front of the decimal point, 30 plus 5. Then when we start using these numbers on the other side of the decimal point, we write them with the numbers in front to the left. Do we have to write anything anytime we have a 0? No. That's why there's no tenths down here. It's 30, which is the tens, 5, which is the ones. No tenths, because that's a 0, moves right onto the hundredths, 2 hundredths. So we write 2 hundredths like that with the 0 in the ones place and the tenths place. And then here we have 6 thousandths. So we take that 6, we count how many zeros would be in front of the 6 based on how many digits are in front of the 6 before we get to the decimal point. And then we have expanded form powers of 10, which is showing us that we can show the 30 as 3 times 10. We can show the 5 as 5 times 1, 2 as 2 times 100th, and 6 as 6 times 1,000th. So this is a special new form of expanded form that we're learning this lesson. So if it does not look familiar to you, that's because we are learning it brand new right now. Okay, so 12,402. In word form, you would spell that out, and I'll let you do that, 12,402. Then we do expanded form, which again, this is not a decimal number, so we should be fine on this. You should say 10,000 plus 2,000 plus 400 plus 2. Then we go to expanded form powers of 10. So with that one, we're looking at inside parentheses, that first digit is a 1. So I'm using the 1 first. And it's going to be 1 times 10,000 because it's in the 10,000s place. That's why we've always had those questions. How much is it worth? What is its value? And then, of course, we do an addition sign on the outside. Start our next number. We have 2 times 1,000. That's going to make that 2,000 plus, let me zoom out here so you can see everything, 4 times 100. So notice I am multiplying these all by place value numbers. 10,000, 1,000, 100. There's 0 in the tens place, so I don't have to do anything for that. Plus, and then we'll do 2 times 1 as our last installment there. So this is expanded form powers of 10. The reason it's called powers of 10 is because these are all powers of 10. 1, 10 would be there, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. So play around with those, see what you can do. Let me know if you have any questions. You can also look at your secret code cards. These are designed to be able to be stacked on top of each other and to create numbers. So if you're wanting to use these as extra practice at home, you could say something like, make the number 526,034 hundredths, something like that. And then you would have to make the number. We've got quite a bit of these, so feel free to use them if you would like. And next lesson, we'll be starting on 2-3. Let me know if you need any help.